How's everybody doing? This is just a quick review. I got bulk supplements, bulksupplements.com. I bought a bunch of stuff from them. I don't remember offhand of what's what, but so far everything I've gotten from them is good. This is beta alanine. Okay, now most people know they call the efficacious dose is 3.2 grams. They're saying 3 grams. You can take it up to 3 times a day. So what I'm going to do is just take this by itself just to see if I feel tingliness or, pins and needles, whatever, which I normally feel. Most of us who do pre-workouts and work out regularly, we sort of like this stuff. There are a few people. One of my friends is a very accomplished personal trainer. He hates it. So he doesn't like anything with the beta alanine, so he always gets his pre-workouts without it. That being said, so basically they just say, like, what does it say, a quarter of a teaspoon, about a third of a teaspoon, third of a tablespoon. I don't know, I just weigh it. The best thing to do is you got to get a digital scale. They're like $10 on Amazon. You can get yourself like a gram scale. So I weighed it. So basically I'm taking, this is 5 grams, because a lot of the pre-workouts do have up to 5, sometimes even more. But like I said, 3.2 is the efficacious dose. I'm just taking 5 grams because I threw it on the scale and it's hard for me to get it back in. So it came out to 5.02 exactly on my scale, grams. Like I said, they say 3.2 is the efficacious dose. I'm taking more. I'm gonna see how it feels. And then I will test this in the real world and do a workout, but it's nighttime and I got it. I'm like, why not try it out? Because it says up to 3 times a day. I believe this stuff is actually even good for you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drink it and I will let you know when it kicks in. I'll show you how I do this. So I mix it up. You see, I mean, it mixes perfectly. It's almost like a salt. It seems, I don't know what it's actually made out of, but so this is the whole, I mixed it in about 10 ounces of water. Okay, so I'm going to do a video. I did a video, I haven't released it, on how to actually mix everything, weigh it, mix it, and I'm not the neatest person, so I don't think I should be the one doling out advice on that. But anyway, so, and then I usually use room temperature water because when you drink something that's colder, the chemical processes take longer to hit, right? So just like anything in chemistry, right? The warmer it is, the quicker the chemical reaction. So I don't know how much that's actually going to make a difference, but I do know that little fact. So anyway, so I'm going to drink this down in my haphazard way here. See, I got almost all of it. And then I don't know what that is. That is definitely not edible. I don't know what that was. Hopefully not a bug. I didn't eat it either, but didn't survive either. Okay, so just drank it. So what I always do here is I hit start on my timer, and then as soon as it kicks in, I usually hit the lap button to give me an exact time of when I start to feel it. All right, so I'll report back. I mean, to you guys, it's going to be, I'm just going to cut it, but I'll give it the full, half an hour, maybe full hour, and report on what happens when. All right, we'll see how good it does. Like I said, their other products have been very good. For the record, though, so far, buying beta alanine, because I make my own pre-workouts sometimes, and there are pre-workouts that don't have the beta alanine. Actually, I'll even plug it because, oh, here it is. I just bought a new one. This is Prolific. So Prolific, there you go. So what I like about Prolific, it's very, very basic, but it's good. It gives you like almost like a happy feeling. I don't know how, there's like barely anything in it. And there's not beta alanine, so that's why actually I bought the two of them together, because if I want to do like a day where I'm not really taking any sort of high stims or anything, I'll do this with beta alanine. And like I said, I have all the ingredients to make my own, so I mix and match depending on what body part I'm doing. But basically, you could take this by itself, and it's very basic, but it's good. And then if you wanted to add in beta alanine separately, you're pretty much getting a good workout, and a good pre-workout, and it's a great feeling. I can't believe how good it is for what it is, but it is. It's very good. And I've tried over 30 plus pre-workouts, from really high stim to no stim, and this is one of my favorites. This is probably like the 6th or 7th tub that I bought. I haven't used all 6 or 7, but I have 3 different locations where I keep them, just in case I'm just going to work out from which, my office, my home. I have 2 offices. So anyway, 150. I'm almost starting to feel something, actually, believe it or not. All right, I'm going to come back and report. Alrighty, so It's almost 2 hours after I've taken it, and it lasted for almost like, in total, like an hour and 40 minutes. By an hour and 10 minutes, it pretty much died out. An hour and 20 minutes, I still felt a little bit, and then, like I said, it sort of lasted up until now. It's completely, the beta-alanine is feeling the tingling. I pins and needles. My face doesn't get scratchy or itchy or any of that stuff, but I do feel the tingliness. As a matter of fact, after a certain, well, let's get into the experience in a second. The reason why you should be taking beta-alanine is very good for you in the sense that what it does is it helps your body produce carnosine, which buffers the lactic acid, which improves performance. So it's very good. As a matter of fact, so the studies show 13% improvement within the first 10 weeks. And that was 13%. That was like, I think they did cyclists, and the cyclists, like I said, they got fatigued, that they lasted 13% longer before the fatigue. And then after the 10-week mark, they another 3.2% increase, so 16.2% after, I don't know, 13, between 10 and whatever weeks. The other thing with beta-alanine is they pretty much put them in almost all the pre-workouts because it increases the amount of time you could work out. You can lift more weights, you could do more repetitions, more sets, and you can actually, that'll get you in better shape faster, right? Because you could do more, right? So just math, right? If you could do more and do heavier, you could fatigue the muscle better. And remember, for hypertrophy, to build muscle size, you want to fatigue the muscle completely, and you'll be able to do that with heavier weights and more reps and more sets. So the other thing I was going to bring up before I tell you about the, how long it lasted and whatever, a lot of people like using fat burners to do fasted cardio, or just because you want to, lose weight. You need to exercise with it, but we can get into that another time. So basically, if you take the beta-alanine with the fat burner, you have a pre-workout. And like I said, that's why it's really good to use the Prolific, because the Prolific also has citrulline malate, and that is like an NO2 booster. It increases circulation, it can decrease blood pressure, it has all these other benefits. So basically, those two ingredients, beta-alanine and citrulline or citrulline malate, in addition to the fat burning stuff, comprises a pre-workout, more or less. So if you bought the Prolific and added the beta-alanine, and I don't work for the company, it's a good product on its own, and like I said, I always add the beta-alanine, and it has the citrulline in it, so it's like the perfect pre-workout. There's no high stim stuff. And keep in mind, stimulants raise your metabolic rate, and it also gives you appetite suppressants. So then they have like these high stim workouts, pre-workout powders, and some of them even the fat burners. The fat burners I'm going to mention don't have any of these higher stimulants like DMHA, and there's a bunch of other ones, something called Ariogenesis, which works with the DMHA to give you more of a stimulant effect. But that stuff, there are question marks to it. I use pre-workouts that have it. I use a lot that don't have it. So, but that's something you definitely would need to talk to your doctor, to make sure you're healthy enough to take it, because, you're going to get more of a stimulant effect. It's going to increase the caffeine, and, it could be harder on the heart or the blood pressure. So you just have to make sure you can do that. But forget about those stimulants, those additional stimulants. Caffeine works great. It's, as a matter of fact, that I think out of the two biggest supplements, out of all the years that work the most effective till this day, or at this time now, the two most effective supplements are caffeine is one, and creatine is the other. And there are other things that are beneficial. Very beneficial, but those are the two most beneficial. So caffeine is great. So you don't necessarily need anything more than that. And the Prolific and a bunch of the other ones do also have dicaffeine malate, or I think Infinergy is another. It's a patented version of it. And so dicaffeine malate is slow release caffeine, which is really good because then you don't get the crash afterwards. So the Prolific has it. So like I said, dump the beta-alanine into the Prolific and you got a really great pre-workout. Or for those who have fat burners, you could just, take your fat burner with the beta alanine, and now you have a really good pre-workout. I mean, you don't need beta alanine, but it will improve your performance. It will improve the amount of work you can do at the gym, thereby helping you get in better shape faster. So the ones that I like the best, I don't want to say I recommend anything because, and like I said, talk to your doctors first, show them the ingredient profile. They have it on, when you go to buy these products, make sure you're healthy enough to take this. But there is a fat burner called Chaos by Alanine Nutrition, and it's excellent. Alanine Nutrition is very well known for having very well sourced products, very good products. They make pre-workouts also. I find they put a lot of stuff in the pre-workouts, and I have trouble with my stomach. Only not in general, but with those products specifically. But I use their fat burners. So the Chaos is great. Also, Ninja Supplements, Ninja Sups, great company. They have Ninja Burn, so that works really great. So you could take the Ninja Burn or the other, or the Chaos from Alanine Nutrition, and if you want, you add the beta alanine, and now you have a pre-workout. Or you just add the beta alanine on the days you want to work out, and then you can do fasting cardio if you want, just with those fat burners alone. And fasting cardio means sort of what it says. You wake up in the morning, you don't eat anything, and then you do your cardio. But first you take the fat burners, and it just enhances the experience, makes you burn more calories, and you're not burning food calories because you haven't eaten. That's why it's effective. Okay, so, and there's another one. Oh, it's called Grind from, I think Muscle Force makes Grind. I'm almost positive. I wrote it down somewhere as my cheat list. Actually, this is just the list of what times I felt what. Yeah. So, and then also it's another company, another fat burner called Far Beyond Driven. So those are all really good fat burners. And like I said, you add the beta alanine, which is what I'm reviewing, and it gives you a really good pre-workout. And like I said, L-citrulline malate or citrulline malate also is an NO2 booster that most of the pre-workouts do have. None of the fat burners have them, none that I mentioned, I checked. So that would be the advantage of just getting a good pre-workout. Or like I said, if you get the Prolific, which is pretty inexpensive, it's like $20-something, I think. I just get it right on Amazon. Once again, I'm not pushing it, I'm just saying it's really good. That's why I have it, I keep it on hand, because if I'm just, last minute want to work out, want to do whatever, like a fat burning kind of thing, I could just, take that, or just, it's just basically, it's stimulant. It's got the caffeine and the dicaffeine malate. All right, so now, the one thing I did notice too, what I wanted to say before, you saw me drink it, and I didn't say anything about the taste because there really was no taste. If you put a small amount, it probably is like a little bit salty or bitter, maybe a little bit, but I didn't taste it. So, especially if you want to add it in. And you could add it to, like the pre-workouts that don't have it, or take it, like I said, by itself with a fat burner. Fat burners are pills, most of them. There are a few powders that, but anyway. So, 6 minutes and 30 seconds, I started to feel it. Right, and then by when was it? Let's see. By 9 minutes, it was strong, and I'm like, wow. And it was strong. Not the strongest that I've ever had, but pretty close. But then 13 minutes, it became stronger, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest one that I've ever felt, and I forgot the name of the pre-workout that had it built in. And then, another disclaimers, I've never taken beta alanine on its own. I only did it because I just got it and it's nighttime, and I'm not taking it with any other stimulant or whatever, but like I said, I have felt stronger beta alanine, but this is probably the second, maybe third strongest I've ever had, and I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest feeling I've ever had personally, I'd say this is like an 8, 7.5, maybe the lowest, but it's strong in a good way. It feels good, I like it, no problems. And then I did get a burning a little bit on my face, not bad, but in addition at the, let's see what minute mark did I do that, and I wrote it down, and let's see, 19 minutes. I all of a sudden I felt it like by my temples a little bit, and it stayed with me, not as strong, but it just came in, and then it sort of everything leveled out. In 25 minutes, it was still going strong, like as strong as it was at the 13-minute mark. It stayed there. Like I said, 19 minutes added in that other stuff, and then that stayed. 30 minutes, because I'm checking to see what's going on. Still just as strong. So normally most beta alanines, they start like you feel it and then they sort of fade away, and that could be partially because of all the other ingredients of a pre-workout, which I didn't take. So like I said, I know I should have done this more scientific or done more, but the main point is that this is very, very good supplement. Bulk supplements, beta alanine, it's probably one of the best, one of the strongest. And not in a bad way, but I feel it and it works and it lasts. Okay, so basically, so 37 minutes it started to fade a little bit. I'm not maybe a little bit more than a little, but it still was medium at 37, and that stayed all the way till about 50 minutes. And then it faded at 50, but I still felt it. And then maybe it was like a medium to low, like let's say a 3 to 4. Medium be like a 5, like on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest. All right, at 50 minutes. And then 110, it pretty much it was almost gone, but there was something. The one thing I did notice too is my hands got cold. And all the other people that do reviews and stuff say that that's primarily because of alpha-yohimbine, or they just say alpha-yo. But I took a pre-workout earlier today, but it did not have alpha-yo, so obviously the beta alanine does contribute to cold hands as well. And my hands are always warm for a bunch of reasons, but mainly because I'm a massage therapist. I'm always using them, and I'm overweight, so I'm always warm. I'm losing weight, but I'm working on it. So yeah. So so that was very interesting to me. I did not know that the beta alanine can actually cause your hands to be cold. And my hands stayed cold for a good 30 to close to 40 minutes. And they're not like super, super cold, but uncomfortably cold, So that's basically it. And then the one other thing I want to say is I do have another company that I thought the best one before I tried this, and so far this is the best one that I bought, standalone beta alanine, not being in any pre-workouts or anything else. Before this was a company called Swolverine. And this is definitely stronger, but then I realized that Swolverine uses carnosine, which is a form of beta alanine that doesn't cause all of the tingliness or whatever. So, so if you don't like that tingliness, definitely do not take this product, because this is on a level 8, like I said. And also, just so you know, my body is pretty resilient to this stuff, especially because I've been working out for a while. So for me to feel it this strong, other people might feel it even stronger. But I did take 5 grams, so like I said, this isn't 100% scientific. But I would say at 3.2, if you're going to take that efficacious dose at 3.2 grams or 3 grams, like they recommend taking on the cover there. You will feel, it should definitely feel at least medium, strength. But anyway, but if you don't like the tingling, don't take this one. Swolverine is an excellent product, but it's $54 plus shipping, I believe. And that was my favorite one. And when I make my own pre-workouts, that's what I was using. I'm going to use this from now on. Plus, this one is like, I think it was $18, I believe. I'm not sure. And it's almost, I think you get, you get almost double than you do with the Swolverine. So, like I said, it's, if you don't mind the tingle, some people like the tingling because it almost feels like the workout or the pre-workout's kicking in. So this is it's a very good product. Like I said, it really has no flavor. And like I said, I do use it with the Prolific. And the Prolific, I get this flavor. It's really good. I mean, really good. This is the one that I get because they have a few different sour peach candy. I've only gotten that because it's so good and tasty. I mean, not that you're really using it for flavor. Most people don't care about the flavors, but that's also, like I said, it's very good. And yeah, so great product. You could also get citrulline or citrulline malate. The bulk supplements, I believe, sells that as well. Or you could just take the beta alanine, add it to the Prolific. or use the beta alanine along with fat burners, and the ones I mentioned are very, very good. You could do research on it yourself, and then you need to talk to a doctor before you start taking any of this stuff. I'll leave it there. If you have any questions about anything, about the science behind any of it, just feel free. You can leave a comment below, or my email is, I don't know if it's in the general thing, or just click on my page and it's in the about page. I leave my email so we could talk more about it. But like I said, excellent product. I checked for other reviews. I don't like reviewing things that the big reviewers do, because I love those guys. But nobody else really did a review. One guy did a review on it, and it was, it was okay. But this is a little bit more, I think, intricate. And like I said, for me, because I don't really feel it as much as other people feel it. So for me to feel it this strong, this stuff is really good and really potent. So, which is good. That's where I'm going to leave it. And good luck, you guys. Do the right thing, eat healthy, enjoy life. And any questions, don't ask me. What the hell do I know? I'm just kidding. I am here for you guys, so ask away. All right, have a good night, good day, good life.